Record travel is expected as the nation marks its 250th birthday. AAA says about 72 million Americans will travel 50 miles or more during the 4th of July holiday weekend.
Joining us live from D.C. is CBS News transportation and national correspondent Kris Van Cleave. Kris, you're out in the heat. We appreciate you showing up in this kind of weather, but we also want to know travelers at one of the country's most important airports that really have to deal with holiday-related closures this weekend. Is that correct?
Yeah, it's an interesting one. Reagan National Airport here in the D.C. area had operations suspended for about 3 hours today for rehearsals for all of the flyovers that are going to happen here over the nation's capital tomorrow. That's resulted in about 200 delays today at Reagan National. And then tomorrow, the airport's only going to operate until right around noon, and then it's going to shut down until Sunday. Now, the FAA did this, they say, out of concerns about safety. They wanted to clear commercial air traffic out of the way because basically every aircraft in the U.S. government's arsenal is going to be flying over the district at low altitude tomorrow. So that's a unique situation for this holiday, certainly having such an iconic airport shut down for the day on July 4th. Now, airlines knew this was coming. They have proactively rebooked passengers, but we did see some residual delays today. We'll be watching how that shutdown process goes tomorrow and how the restart on Sunday goes. But certainly an unusual thing to have a major airport shut down like this.
Kris, not to pile on, but now we have these stiflingly hot temperatures. What impact is the heat having on airports and travels this weekend?
Yeah, so for the planes, they're perfectly capable to operate in this kind of heat. It's not so hot that a plane can't take off, but it is so hot that it wears on the ground crews, the people that are loading and unloading the planes, refueling the planes. So United Airlines told us they've brought in a bunch of additional ground crews at airports up and down the East Coast inside this heat dome. They showed us they've set up misting stations out on the ramp. They have roving hydration trucks that are bringing water and electrolytes to people, and then you're taking breaks more frequently than they normally would. Otherwise, you'd have to slow the operation down. Where people, I think, are really feeling the impact of the heat is on the rails, be it Amtrak or your transit agency or the commuter rail lines. They've had to slow the trains down because of the heat, because the rails can expand in the heat. The overhead lines, they can sag in the heat, and all of that can lead to safety issues. So they slow the trains down to take some of the pressure off the system, but that causes those major delays you've seen with New Jersey Transit, the cancellations you're seeing at Amtrak, and that's going to continue as long as we're in this extreme heat. And then certainly for drivers, we have had some reports in Wisconsin, of all places, of the pavement buckling on an off-ramp of an interstate that literally had drivers catching some air as they were coming off the freeway Thursday at rush hour.
Cooling off period right now after all that. Well, listen, Kris Van Cleave, once again, you go find a misting station yourself, because I think you've earned one, at least for now. Thank you so much.
There's a pool right over there. It's very tempting.
No one's going to judge you, Kris.
Yeah.